Welcome to Computer Support Corporation's video introduction to version 2.0 of our Arts and Letters graphics editor. I'm Sherry Alberg. The graphics editor has an unsurpassed assortment of object-oriented clip art, typefaces, composition, and free-form drawing tools. There are features and abilities that will please the professional artists, as well as an ease of use that makes it indispensable for the raw novice. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the computer-based drawing tools, let's start with the basics. The Arts and Letters graphics editor is a sophisticated computer-based drawing tool. It removes most of the limitations in creating professional quality drawings that other products have faced in the past. It is surprising to most people to learn that most computer drawing tools only crudely approximate the shape of objects. They use a simpler technology that defines the outline of objects using only straight lines. Or at most, they use simple curves such as sections of circles or parabolas. These simple curves can't change shape. They can only be made larger or smaller. To approximate a complex shape, most of these products use many small segments to achieve an acceptable required resolution.
However, drawing with only a simple shape model is not an elegant solution. You can easily imagine the limitations placed on illustrators if they could only make drawings using rulers. Illustrations made in this manner would take on a definite characteristic of the method. Natural shapes are complex. Nature puts wonderfully elegant curves into its objects. Simple curve models just cannot do justice to these elegant shapes. Natural curves are things of beauty and shouldn't be lost in their computer representations. The natural shapes of objects have traditionally been the main inspiration for artists. To make a representation, artists begin by simply sketching a shape as a series of complex curves. To truly be useful, a computer-based drawing tool must have the same exact ability. These traditional methods that artists have historically employed should serve as a guideline. Additionally, to appeal to the broadest segment of users, a computer-based drawing tool must feature a sophisticated curve model that meets several general requirements.
First, it must be capable of rendering high-quality art that is faithful to the natural shapes of an object. Second, it must be capable of being used in a similar fashion to freehand sketching. In other words, it must be natural and intuitive and allow people to draw as they always have without having to learn a special way just to fit the way the computer-based tool operates. As simple as these requirements sound, it presents a complex technical challenge, a challenge that has been met by the Arts and Letters graphics editor. It is a true curve-based drawing tool that is built on a foundation technology that is unsurpassed in the graphics industry. The Arts and Letters graphics editor is based on the advanced curve technology known as Bezier curves. Computer Support Corporation pioneered the application of this technology to personal computers beginning over 6 years ago. One simple Bezier curve is defined by 4 points, 2 endpoints which define where the curve segment begins and ends, and 2 control points that influence the shape of the curve. A single Bezier curve can assume many different shapes. Simply changing the position of the control points changes its shape. This gives you the greatest amount of flexibility for defining an elegant shape. Complex shapes may need more than one curve. Again, Bezier curves are superior because of their efficiency. It takes fewer Bezier curve segments to define the natural shape of an object than simpler curve technologies. Now let me show you how the Arts and Letters graphics editor uses this technology to make drawing easy.
Begin by selecting the freehand drawing tool from the toolbox. Then, pick a place to start your drawing. Press the mouse button and simply sketch the outline of your design. Whenever you release the mouse button, your rough sketch is automatically converted into a set of smooth Bezier curve segments that are needed to recreate the shape you drew. To finish drawing your object, simply continue where you left off. You sketch in this manner until your object is complete. When you are finished, the object fills in a solid color to signify that it is a closed shape, one that has a continuous outline and an interior region.
Many objects require straight lines as well as curves. Arts and Letters straight line drawing tool is just as intuitive to use as its curve drawing tool. Use either or both as needed to make your desired shape. In our example on the screen, let's add some straight lines to this completed shape.
First, let's size and move our object to make room to do our line drawing. Now let's select the scissors tool to cut our shape at the point where we want to add a line segment. We then select the line tool and begin to draw lines in the same manner as we did with drawing curves. Whenever we release the mouse button, a line segment is added. We continue adding line segments until our shape, which is a combination of Bezier curves and straight lines, is complete. Editing straight lines is as simple as dragging endpoints to new locations. Notice that when we select an endpoint to move, the others are temporarily hidden. This cuts down on screen clutter and confusion. When your artwork requires an exact vertical, you can use the Constraints menu to click on the endpoint you want to move to make a precisely vertical line.
With the graphics editor, you don't have to be an artist to create art. I, for one, don't have any illustration skills, but with the graphics editor's powerful Constraints menu, constructing a technical illustration or producing a company logo can be made as easy as possible. Drawing from scratch, although powerful and limited only by your imagination, takes certain skills that many of us lack. Also, a certain amount of time is required to draw a complex object. This is where the Arts and Letters Auto Trace feature comes to the rescue. Start with a piece of artwork that you want to use as a tracing guide. Using a desktop scanner, scan the artwork to produce a TIFF image file.
Import the TIFF image into the graphics editor. A TIFF image is one that is made up of a bitmap that lacks the quality of object-oriented drawings. Let's use the graphics editor zoom tool from the toolbox to take a closer look at this TIFF image. You will notice that it has a rough stair-step appearance. As you can see, the bitmap doesn't retain the underlying curve information of the natural object. With the Auto Trace tool, you can convert this scanned image to a Bezier curve-based object. Simply select the Auto Trace tool and click on the area of the TIFF image that you want to trace. The graphics editor uses the TIFF image as a tracing template. It eliminates the tedious process of manually tracing the object. To show you the difference, I'm going to move the new curve-based object to one side. Now let's zoom in to take a look at the image and its resulting object. Notice the quality difference between the rough, ragged TIFF image and the smooth, curve-based object. We can temporarily hide the TIFF image using the Lock Hide Name feature. The Auto Trace feature quickly converts the rough, bitmapped image to a smooth, highly optimized Bezier curve-based object. The resulting object is fully editable for fine-tuning or modification.
Besides auto tracing, another time-saving method of creating the artwork you need is to start from one of the pre-drawn clip art images that comes with the graphics editor. Either use it as is or modify it to meet your needs. You will find that Bezier curve-based clip art can help you immensely when time or drawing skills are in short supply.
Each piece of clip art is shown in a symbol reference handbook. The symbols are grouped and neatly arranged with their symbol numbers located below. To use the clip art, click on the symbol tool in the toolbox and enter the number of the symbol you wish to add. You can use the mouse to drag the symbol to the desired proportional size. Or you can drag the symbol to any unproportional size that you desire. Just this quickly, you have access to ready-made art.
If the image is only close to what you need, simply change it. Yes, I said simply. Use any one of the editor's 12,000 pieces of clip art and modify it with the editor's sophisticated drawing tools. Modify the clip art by changing its shape, cutting portions away, adding to the art, or combining it with portions of other symbols. Essentially, this gives you a quick and effective way to create art to your exact specifications. Also, there are a fistful of companies creating clip art libraries in EPS format for desktop publishers. The graphics editor is the ideal tool for modifying these third-party clip art libraries. And because the graphics editor can output to non-PostScript devices just as well as PostScript devices, it makes these large collections of images useful to LaserJet owners. The graphics editor, as you can see, has the most sophisticated and intuitive ways to produce art. But creating art does not stop here. Images also need text. The graphics editor comes with 46 outline typefaces to meet your requirements for adding text to images. Also, since all of our typefaces are Bezier curve-based, they can be manipulated and edited just like our clip art symbols. This ability gives you an impressive base for creating logos or ornamental letter forms to fit your specific purpose.
Start with one of our 46 outline typefaces as a basis for creating a custom object. You modify type in the same manner as you did for modifying a clip art symbol. This powerful feature is a major enhancement for desktop publishers who may need a special flourish to finish a page design. You are limited only by your imagination in the ways you may elect to modify letter forms.
Let's pause here and recap the ways we have discussed to create original objects. First, draw an object freehand. Second, auto-trace a scanned image. Third, modify one of Arts and Letters' 12,000 clip art symbols. Fourth, import and modify EPS-based clip art files. And fifth, modify one of Arts and Letters' typefaces. Because the Arts and Letters graphics editor is a Microsoft Windows application, it can output to any Windows-supported device. And because of the advanced Bezier curve technology used in the drawing tools, clip art, and typefaces, the graphics editor can output not only to PostScript printers, but also to non-PostScript printers at the highest resolution of that device.
From low-resolution printers to laser printers and even all the way up to high-resolution typesetters, you will get the highest quality possible, quality that your artwork deserves.
The ability to communicate with other software products is a must in desktop publishing and presentation graphics. The Arts and Letters graphics editor provides the ability to combine your resources by exporting a variety of standard file formats. This makes communicating with other software products painless. Simply use one of the standard export file formats supplied in the graphics editor, such as EPS, TIFF, CGM, and Windows Metafile, to place your designs into programs such as Aldus PageMaker, Ventura Publisher, WordPerfect, and other programs that accept these formats. Also, if you need high-quality 35mm slides, the graphics editor exports the SCOTL file format for film recorders.
The graphics editor also imports a variety of file formats. The import dialog box contains the list of currently supported files. Let's import this TIFF file from a sharp color scanner to show you something exciting. The Arts and Letters graphics editor is the first object-oriented drawing product to support the color specification of the TIFF format. This feature gives you the ability to import true color images from color scanners. We are currently looking at a screen that has 640 by 480 pixel resolution with 256 simultaneously displayable colors.
We hope that in the last few minutes we have given you some idea of the breadth of features and power of the Arts and Letters graphics editor. We also hope that you have seen how easy the product is to use, even for those of us without drawing skills.